Hey everyone, and welcome to the June Sew Along. This month we are sewing the very cute Old Friends mug rugs. There are 4 different designs that come included in this sew along, and they can be sewn using either the 5x7, 6x10 or 7x12 hoop. Just like every other sew along, you can turn these mug rugs into absolutely anything you like. They would make a perfect table runner, a beautiful wall hanging. You could display each design in a photo frame, or of course keep as the mug rug. In this video we are going to show you examples of how to sew our mug rug 1 and mug rug 2. We are going to begin with mug rug 1. Place your batting 1 on top of the hoop and stitch down. We are then going to use our applique scissors to trim away the excess batting from the seams, being careful not to trim any of the stitching. Next, stitch the placement line for the top half of the background. Place fabric A right side up on top of the hoop, completely covering the placement line, and stitch down. We are now going to trim the bottom edge of fabric A. The rest of the fabric will be hidden in the seams later on. Using a thread colour of your choice, embroider the quilting on the top half of the background. Stitch the placement line for the bottom section of the background. Place fabric B wrong side up on top of the hoop with about 1 centimetre over the placement line and the remainder of the fabric pointing towards the top of the hoop, and stitch down. Fold fabric B over and stitch down again. Stitch the placement lines for the arms. Place small pieces of cut fabric right side up on top of the placement lines and stitch down. Trim away the excess fabric and then embroider the satin stitch around the arms. We are now going to repeat this same process of stitching the placement line, stitching the fabric down, trimming, and then embroidering the satin stitch for the remaining pieces of applique. These will be for the singlet, overalls, pockets of the overalls, and hat. The last decorative step for the front of the mug rug is to embroider the cord onto the hat. If you didn't want to add the backing fabric, simply just remove the design from the hoop after it has finished stitching the cord on the hat. However, if you did want to add the backing fabric and turn it into a mug rug, then continue with the last 2 steps. Place fabric C wrong side up on top of the hoop and stitch down. Then the final step is a triple stitch to further secure the seams. These last 2 steps will also leave a gap in the seam. Once we have finished all of the stitching steps, remove the design from the hoop and using your rotary cutter and ruler, trim the seams to 1/4 inch as well as clipping the corners. Turn the mug rug out through the opening at the bottom and using a sharp implement push out the corners so they are neat and pointy. The last step is to hand stitch or glue the opening closed, and there you have it, you have finished your first Old Friends mug rug. Please continue watching the rest of the video to see how Mug Rug 2 is made, and have a read through the photographed instructions that are included with the sew along to follow through with the steps. We hope you all enjoyed this month's sew along as much as we did, and we can't wait to see all of your very clever versions of the Old Friends mug rugs.